Welcome back. We are here with our third project in the series about learning Fusion 360. And what we have today is this spacer plate that you see before you. And before I say anything on it, what I want you guys to do here is think about how you would do this. Your first question should be, which plane am I going to draw this in? If I did this myself, would it be in the front, the top, or the right side plane when I started this? Okay. And then, is it important where I start the drawing? As far as the origin goes, if you think about the origin in Fusion 360, right? And then, kind of go from there. So go ahead and pause the video right now. Think about that stuff. Okay. Hopefully you've kind of got an idea in your head of how you would do that. And here's what I think. Maybe what this video will be is not the most. There's ways you could do it that you're very comfortable with. But I'm going to try to show you some ways to increase your efficiency so that you can do things faster later on, okay? And so what we're going to do is, looking at this, to me it's pretty clear. We have a top, we have a front view. They're not even going to show us the right side view. The front is far and away where it has the most information. And so we're going to start with the sketch plane in the front. And if you notice, our whole part from top to bottom is 300 millimeters. And very important to pay attention that we're in millimeters this time. And then from left to right, our part is 500. And the center of this circle is exactly half. So to me, this is where I would like my origin, is right here in the center of this drawing. So 300 by 500 in the front is how we're going to start this. All right, let's open up Fusion. I have a drawing open. You can save this into your particular folders and set up some projects. This is obviously where mine is. Here's project 1, project 2, and that's where I want this one to be. Now I can go ahead and close this out. And when you open Fusion, you get a totally blank screen, what I have. Here's how you can turn some of that stuff back on. So there's our origin point, and I toggle that on and off by hitting the eyeball. And if you want to see your grid, you click down here, and you can check to turn the grid on and off. And this is just some multiple views if you want to see top, front, right side all at once. We don't need that for what we're doing. So if you want your grid on, you can do that. I don't think I need mine today. But I am going to turn my origin on just so I can kind of see what I'm doing. And in the past, I've gone up here and create a sketch every time. But what you can actually do is, if you hover in this kind of front plane, I can right-click right there, and then just go right down to create sketch, and it's a little bit quicker. And this time what we're going to do is, before I get going too far, let's change this. We need to be in millimeters. And let's go ahead and save this right off the bat. Messed up already. Learn Fusion 3. Jeez Louise. 360. Project 3. Spacer plate. Great. Alright, now we'll get going. So we're up here to create. Normally we just use this rectangle, but there's other kinds of rectangles we can use. And so here, when I hover over this, what we can do is, this is the normal one, but I want this center point rectangle. And so where do I want the center of my rectangle? Right on the origin, okay? And then I could click to end this and then go up to my dimension tool and do it that way. But what I'm going to do is, right off the bat, I'm going to hit 500, I'm going to tab over, and we want to be 300, and hit enter. And I'm zoomed in way too close. And then if I hit escape, I can move these out to where I want them to be out of the way. So 300 by 500 was our rectangle, I believe. Yep. And we'll go back and add these corners later. Of course, you could do that right now if you wanted, but I'll show you why this goes a little bit faster. Then we have a 200 diameter circle in the middle. So we'll go to circle, could just hit C on the 200, enter, and that's the beauty of having this rectangle on the origin, is it made centering this circle very easy. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to use a new command, and it's going to allow us to do some mirror copying. So first what we want to do though is just click on the line tool, and that's just L. But then once I'm in this line tool, I want to go over here to my sketch palette, and I want to select this right here. When that's blue, that means what I'm about to draw is going to be a construction line. And we'll find out why that's important later. So right now I'm going to hover over the origin point, and then I'm going to go up to the top. Doesn't matter where, just outside my drawing. And now as you see that I'm dragging this line out, you can see it's a broken dotted line. And I want it to be horizontal, so straight up and down. I just want to come past my object. And then I'm going to go over to this check mark and say I'm done with the line tool. Okay, hit escape. And so you can see that construction line right there. And I can toggle my construction back off, because now I'm going to draw some real things in there. Okay, so let's start with this angled spot, right? It says that it's 125 in and 100 down. First thing I want to do is just get a line, so I'm going to hit L on my keyboard, and I'm going to draw it anywhere. Just throw it in there anywhere, and then I'm going to hit D on my keyboard for the dimension tool, and I'm going to say that from that point to this line, notice I didn't do the point, I did the line over here, is at 140, and I want that to be 125, enter. And then from this point to this line, we want that to be 100, and enter. Okay, so, and we're only going to do it on one side. I'll show you why in a minute. So now we just got to do this circle right here. It's a 75 diameter circle. So let's hit C on our keyboard for the shortcut for circle. And I'm just putting that anywhere for now. I'm going to hit 75 and enter. And the dimensions are 100 up from the bottom and 75 in from the corner. So I'm hitting D on the keyboard for the dimension tool. And I believe that was 75. Yep. And then from here to the bottom is 100. And now we have this circle located and this angle located. And now I'm going to show you why we made this construction line. Okay. And so we're going to go up here to create. And then we want mirror. So we're going to create a mirror. All right, and this pops up right here, and it says, okay, which objects do I want to mirror? I want to mirror this line. So I got one thing selected. And I also want to mirror this circle. Now I have two things selected. All right, and that's all I need to make a copy of, right? And now we want to select our, so I clicked here, the mirror line. And that's going to be our construction line. And you can see those snapped in right over there. Now if I hit OK, they actually then get locked in over there. And so now let's see if I can move those. So I'm going to hit. Oh, okay, so what happened there? That's why they're still blue. So they were undefined. I had to figure out what happened. I was able to move them down a little bit. So what that means is that even though I hovered over our origin, this line did not stay locked into the origin. So we need to get our construction line on this origin. So let's try that with our coincident command. This line and the origin. And now my construction line is black, and because I made my construction line defined black like that, it then locked this stuff in place. All right? And so now our drawing is finished, our sketch is finished. We just need to make an extrusion of it. And if we take a look at kind of an isometric view, the thickness of this object is 50 millimeters. And so we just hit E on our keyboard for extrusion. And we're going to ignore those tabs. I don't have to erase them, nothing. We're just going to get the body of this thing, and let's just pull this out in a forward direction, 50 millimeters, hit enter, and voila, there is our spacer plate all done. The only thing we have to do yet is hover over body, right click. We're going to give it a physical material. I'll move my out of the way, my face. It's a metal. We know steel was a long ways down from the last time we used it. You get through stainless. Alright, so we brought steel onto it. We can close this. Right click on body again to bring up our properties. Actually, before I take my screenshot, I just want to save this now that I'm done. I'm going to hit save. Finished. And so now project 3 should update up here. Alright, so I'm going to right click here. And I'm going to bring up my properties. I'm going to click off of that object so that it doesn't go blue. And I don't think I really want this in my screenshot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up and turn the origin back off. Alright, and now I'm going to just zoom in a little bit. Get a nice big view. Alright, and I'm going to use my snipping tool. New. And this is what I would save and turn in for my video. Let's put it in downloads. I'm just clicking on this momentarily, then I'm going to change it to 3. I'm going to call this Project 3. Spacer plate. Grady. I can delete the ping part. Alright. Save that, turn it in, and you are good to go.